This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
What's your weapon of choice for the rise of the cows?
I reject his reality and I substitute my own.
Whose?
Whoever it's going to be.
Freedom! He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. You've done it again, Jeff. It's not new. It's not timely, but it is good. This story is fantastic. A man from Florida did not face charges. This happened back in June. I did not hear about this, but you just sort of recalled it and was like, "Hey, we need a fun story for the start of the show." Thank you very much, Jeff.
You're welcome.
A man will not face charges after emptying the magazine of his AR-15 into his pool at his pool cleaner, who he thought was a man trying to break into his home, according to the sheriff. Happened in Dunedin? I don't know.
Something Floridian.
Something Florida. The guy and his wife were in bed. One of them goes to the kitchen to get something, a snack or whatever, and then there's a guy out on the lanai, the pool lanai. I didn't know what this was. I had to Google it. It's like an enclosed, screened pool area that could also be like glassed in, you know.
Yeah.
So it's sort of part of the house, which this is a detail that matters for the rest of the story. So they hear the noises. There's a guy out there. He's like right outside the door. They're freaking out. They think he's breaking in. So the dude grabs his AR. It's even a Colt. Like he's got a Colt M4. At least it was stated in the article as an M4 or something or other. A civilian version, I would assume. Anyway, so he hides behind the couch, looking through the blinds that are closed, the closed blinds, and he shoots twice. Misses the pool cleaner guy. He got hit with some glass in the back, also some other shrapnel, the sheriff said. So he runs out of the lanai, but the blinds are still closed, and the guy still thinks somebody's out there. So he just keeps shooting for the next 90 seconds. This wasn't just, I mean, it wasn't as bad as like, bah, 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 bah. You know, he didn't go through a whole mag like that.
It's almost worse because he like took time to go, no one has shot at me. You know what? I'm going to do some more shooting because that feels right. And here's a part that's my favorite.
Bang!
He was a lieutenant colonel in the Army.
Yeah.
So he knows rules of engagement, and he said, you know what? Those are only for war zones. When you're at home, fuck the rules.
But
and he was like, bang, bang, bang.
The article you sent me did not say that.
Oh, sorry. I found I Googled it to have it up on mine, and so I pulled up Fox 13, and it says Sheriff Gallardery or whatever mentioned that he was a retired lieutenant colonel from the Army.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he could have been in like, you know, a paper pushing department where he doesn't really, you know. I mean, there's lots of people in the Army who never get anywhere near guns, really, but still, 30 rounds inside of 90 seconds. That's yeah. When no one's shooting back, there's no people, but they got the blinds were still closed though, so he's just still continuing to shoot into his pool, and so it looks like at the end of 13 hours or something in that pool there, and yeah. So well done, sir. Well done. But he's not facing charges. It's a stand your ground state. So, and because that lanai is sort of an attached porch or deck or whatever, that matters because that's. Like South Dakota, my state, is also a stand your ground state. Our law was patterned after the Florida law, I do believe. And so because of that, if they reasonably believe that someone's breaking into the house, like, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, fuck around and find out is kind of what the law says, you know, when it comes like to the home itself.
Right. And like this guy is a complete tool. Like who shows up to a house at 9 p.m. and is like, you know what? I took a nap on the job. I'm going to complete my task for the day. You know what I'm going to do? Sneak into someone's backyard to clean the pool at night.
Yeah.
Like, knock on the door and be like, hey, guys, sorry I'm late. Car broke down. Do you mind if I like do my job for the day? But no, I'm just going to jump out back in Florida because nothing bad ever happens in Florida.
No. What could possibly go wrong in Florida when you get into someone's backyard in the dark and start cleaning the pool? The best part of it too is it'd been the same guy cleaning his pool since they moved into the house like 3 years ago or whatever it was. So there you go. All right. There's some other fun stuff in. Oh, wait. I closed a tab I should not have closed. Hold on.
No.
Here I thought we were going to get through a show cough free, and I still got a lingering dry cough from the last. Is your nose still whistling, Jeff? Is it still?
I don't.
You're not
as
whistling
bad.
anymore? Okay.
No, well, I've been congested for like a year and a half because allergies are fun.
Yeah. I take a Zyrtec every day. It helps. Interesting news this week. Remember the Houston taqueria shooter guy?
Yeah. He. For those who don't remember, he was the guy that shot a armed robber in the back 3 times. The guy kind of rolled over a little bit, I'm going to say, to be nice, and then fired 3 more, and then like went and took his gun and then fired 1 more just to be sure.
Yeah, it was a bad look. I mean, it was 100% justified when he started shooting. This guy's walking around. It turned out it was a replica. It was a fake gun or a BB gun, something like that. It was not an actual firearm, but that doesn't matter.
Yep.
So he's walking around this taqueria, like a taco shop or whatever, and the guy was sitting in a booth. The robber was masked, and he wasn't paying much attention to this one dude. And as soon as he walks by him, out comes the gun, and he shoots him down. And then while he's on the ground, he shoots a couple more times, and it was a bad look. But it did go to a grand jury. The guy eventually turned himself in after. Because he took off and didn't stick around.
Took off. Everyone did. That's another fun part of that story is like everyone in that taco shop was like, we saw nothing and left. No staff, no other customers. Everyone was like, I wasn't here. No one knows about it.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
As far as the shooter goes, though, what is the crime for leaving the scene of a murder? I'll answer it for you. There isn't one. Okay.
Oh.
Like that's what they catch you for is the murder. Like you don't have to stick around after you murder someone. You know, it's not like hit and
that's
run.
not tacked on there.
It's not. But I mean, they're getting somebody for murder. You know, if that's the case. So, like that part doesn't really. The fact that they left doesn't really matter. I've even read several self-defense books that talk about like, hey, go somewhere, get something to drink, get something to eat, like. Help give your brain something familiar to do because you're going to be coming down from the adrenaline and stuff. And but this was the kind of video, if you've ever seen it, if you just search for the Houston taqueria robber, he was charged. They went to a grand jury. The grand jury declined to file charges against him. So that was that. And
I want that grand jury. If God forbid I'm ever in a shooting, I want that grand jury. Like, can I find those 8 or 15 or however many people and be like, please judge me?
And I mean, it's scary as hell. Like I have a feeling most of the people in that grand jury were like, if I was in there and that dude's walking around with that gun, like I hope that dude was there. Was probably what they were thinking.
Right, you hope so, because violence to people who've never experienced violence looks horrible, but to people who understand violence, it has degrees. And as someone who watches a lot of shootings, that one was definitely on the upper end of like,
like this one's. We've got questions here for sure.
Right, it's a little grayer than some of them. I'm in support of like 3 to 5 of the 8 shots, and then there's a couple more that we could talk about.
Yeah. But I mean, it also comes back to, okay, he's shot the guy to death. At which point is it going? Like the dude was already full of holes.
Right.
At what point are we just desecration of a corpse? Like, right. I mean, it does sort of get there. This was really cool. I saw this on Recoil's Instagram. They have a story about the last DL44 heavy blaster. You know what a DLL40 heavy blaster is?
I'm pretty sure it's a Star Wars thing.
Yes, it's Han Solo's gun.
Hell yeah.
Han Solo's pistol from the original 3. There were 3 of them made back in the day, and only one of them is still around as in its current form. and it was sold at an auction for over $1 million.
Jesus.
I know. It's crazy. The thing that was so cool about a lot of those Star Wars guns that I didn't even realize, even after I really got into guns, was a lot of them were just adapted from World War II era firearms. Like some of the big blaster rifle things that stormtroopers run around with, those were MG42s that just got all dressed up with stuff, to make them look like a laser cannon or something.
We put like this high value on them, but like at the time they were. I mean, I've seen article or like advertisements for like M1 carbines for like $5, and it was like with 10 magazines or whatever, because they just had them on. They were like, I don't know what to do with them. You know what we're gonna do? Chop them up and make them blasters for Star Wars.
Yep. No, it's super cool. And it was actually purchased by I think it was the Palmetto State Armory Museum.
Damn.
So it'll be on display there in their collection.
I feel like that might be a waste of her. That's a personal thing.
What you have a beef with PSA?
I feel like they could have made a replica for like, I don't know, $5,000 and use the other $995,000 to do other historical work. But
dude, I got no hate for him whatsoever. Like, it's not only, what is that based on? That pistol,
Mauser, C96 Mauser.
Okay, it's already a historical firearm, and then it was adapted into the most iconic laser gun from Star Wars is Han Solo's blaster, for sure. Not even close. I can't think of anything that's more iconic from the movies than that gun. So, I mean, it's Hollywood history, it's history, it's firearm history, it's everything. Like, hell yeah, I'm all about it. They're putting it in their, what do they call it, the Freedom Museum collection. I don't know anything about that, but sounds good to me.
Freedom with everything.
Freedom.
Freedom from the Wookiees.
That's getting disemboweled. I was channeling Mel Gibson and Braveheart there.
Hell yeah.
Is what that was. I thought it was cool. Anyway. Sig Go Boom. That was on Reddit this week.
Oh yeah.
Did you look at that?
Oh, of course. I love the Reddit hive mind, especially when you go to
the Sig Sauer subreddit hive mind. It's great in there.
Right, that's a ballsy move. Like, posting on our guns will already get a little bit of like fanboyness, but to go to like their biased hive and be like, your stuff sucks, it got a lot of hatred.
It did. It also got a lot of, boy, this seems to be happening a lot. In this very specific way that they seem to grenade when they have this problem happen. The guy, by the way, did not try to white knight it like a lot of them do. He was, I don't want to make this post, but I need to, well, he says I need to hear other opinions. He pretty much laid it out as objectively as he could without trying to make conclusions. But, I mean, the photo of the case up close, the 9mm shell case, that's an out of battery discharge, period, end of story. I don't want to hear another explanation like, I was weak brass, it was shitty ammo.
Oh yeah. And that's the top voted comment is
Ammo
Inc.
Oh, it was Ammo Inc. ammo. Yeah, it's terrible, horrible, whatever.
Right. Shocking how I've never seen an M&P, a Glock, or any other polymer frame gun do. And like, what's your experience with this big P320? Do you?
I've shot student guns in class. I've never owned one myself. They're really nice shooting guns. They really are. Like, shootability wise, like when you aim and press the trigger, they're very easy to shoot for a striker fired gun. They're even just a totally stock trigger. They're very nice to shoot. The whole, going off uncommanded thing I think that was probably mostly fixed. The whole holster thing, where guns are going off in holsters.
Yeah.
There's
the police video.
Yeah, I mean, they're always blaming. It's like, oh, they're using old P226 holsters on the thing. Okay, maybe they are. Maybe they are using the wrong holster. I don't know, but
how would that interact with the trigger? Oh wait, you don't have a trigger safety or any other
like the thing that's amazing to me is they just refuse to put a trigger safety on it and would cure almost all of these problems.
Right. Well, my experience with SIGs is that like a buddy had one, and if you cycled it and you didn't just let it ride home, it would sit out of battery, and when you pulled the trigger, and I only did it dry fire because I was too scared to do it the other way. It would then go into battery. So I'm like, when the original posts were like, oh my god, these guns are blowing up, I was like, yeah, do people not know this? Like, the gun doesn't fully go into battery. Like, you can let it sit out of battery and then pull the trigger and it works. Like, I thought that was just common knowledge, but I was incorrect. And now we have blown up SIG, Legion, Spectre, Comp, whatever. Like, their naming convention is terrible.
And they're one of those gun companies that has like 8,000 SKUs of one gun, and it's really hard to keep up with.
In different generations they don't mention are different generation. They're like, this is a P365, and you're like, with a fix or without? Well, is it after this date? Then yes, it is that. So it's Gen 2. No, it's not. It's still the same gen. Don't worry about it. Like, whatever.
The guy in this case, am I remembering this correctly? It looks like it's a hyper customized gun, but I don't think it is. I think he just bought it with like the golden barrel and
that's their like the Spectre Comp.
It's like a Gucci looking gun. It's an all factory gun.
It's an all factory gun with the comp. So it's a 4-inch slide, and then the last inch of it is a comp, and it's on a 5-inch frame. So it looks like it's all like normal, but that's what the Spectre Comp is supposed to be. So
sure, it's a comp without being a separate comp. It's just sort of a hidden way of doing it. These seem to happen a lot. There was another one I actually saw. Somebody posted on Instagram. There was another one that just like this one made the rounds because it was actually on Reddit, so there was all kinds of people white knighting it. I don't know. They're nice to shoot, but I personally don't trust them. I just don't. I won't.
Right.
I won't. I certainly would not carry one. That I can tell you that for sure.
Yes, as an appendix carrier, I will stick with my M&P with an Apex trigger.
Yep. That seems like a much better, safer way to go. There's another Reddit thing I saw this week that made me laugh. I actually just saw it today. It was I saw it posted in the. I think it was either the Sioux Falls or the South Dakota Reddit. Which is just full of liberals who just spew hatred for our governor. It's kind of hilarious. But somebody posted this relatively benign thing. It's a map of the United States, but it's how many cows every person will have to fight when the cows rise up. So in other words, it was a funny way of stating how many cows, the ratio of people to cows there are in a state. Well, my state, South Dakota, we're tops on the list, baby. 3.86 for every person in the state. We have around 900,000 people in the state, which means we have a shitload of cows in South Dakota.
And Nebraska isn't far behind at 3.27.
No,
we have a much larger population. I think we're like 2.3 million.
I'm just looking that up right now. What is the population? Come on, Wikipedia, give it to me. Come on.
Sorry,
I need to beat Jeff.
1.964.
Son of a bitch, I didn't beat Jeff. God damn it. You younger guys are just better at the Google. So if we have to fight cows, if you're going to shoot a cow, Jeff, what would you bring for that fight? If you had to shoot a cow that's attacking you, what's your choice?
Do I want to eat it after?
Yes.
Ooh, I mean, the petty side of me wants to do it with like 38 Super Comp open gun.
Let me change it. If we can salvage it, yes, we'll eat it. But it's more important. Like, they've risen up. It's the rise of the cows. We need to take care of them. What's your weapon of choice for the rise of the cows?
M1 Garand with bayonet.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot with a bayonet.
I just want that because you don't know when you're going to poke them.
Dude, a cow is going to run your ass over with or without a bayonet. Like,
yeah, but I'm going to ping the shit out of that motherfucker.
You better be pinging before that happens. Yeah,
I'm going to watch Band of Brothers right before it happens so that I've got that full, just like America ping. The Carentan episode where Dick Winters is standing over Bly and he's just doing ding, and that that's the moment.
Fire your weapon, Blythe.
yes, 110%.
Yeah. Oh god, that's on Netflix right now. By the way, that and The Pacific
Really?
are on Netflix right now. You betcha they are. Yep. Okay. I keep getting on the wrong tab. I need to put the rundown tab off to the side so I can easily reference it every single time. I have some corrections to make. There were some things incorrect that were said on the last show. Jeff mentioned Montana and USPSA clubs, and you thought there were just like hardly any. And I'm like, no, I think there's like 6 or 7. I think they got a lot. No, we were wrong by almost half. There's 11 clubs in Montana. Which,
wow.
Yeah, I know. But it's a big freaking state, dude. Like I've driven across Montana. It takes for fucking ever.
How many did we say Nebraska has?
You guys have like 6, I think.
So we're beaten by a state with like half of the population.
Yeah, but I mean, a couple of those clubs though are old school, like date back to the 90s. Like they're OGs. There's a bunch of them. There's a couple that date back that far, and then the rest are sort of satellite clubs where it's like a guy and like 8 other people, and
and they just go to one
some
of the ranges
them are,
that they
Well, they don't need a range; they just go out in a pasture. They're like, here we go, like
right. So
it's all wide open ranch land,
I go to a club in western Nebraska where one of the bays is there's no berm, there's just nothing for like 7.5 miles past it, and and when I post a video to YouTube, people are like, "Where's the berm? Like, what are you doing?"
Where's your
big
bike shop?
And I'm like, "Well, what's next to it is the 1,000 or the mile range. They're one of the few places in Nebraska that have like a mile or 1,000-yard range or some super long range, and they're like, yeah, our pistol rounds don't even make it to like halfway there. So everyone's fine. Don't freak out.
Right. Yeah. Another correction we have to make: MBX does make left-hand friendly Glock mags. We discovered this after we got done recording the show and didn't bother to put it back in. I just figured we'll put it in. But it's a $4 option.
Yeah,
that's
he sucks.
That's lame. This seems like a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act to me. Like, come on. You're going to charge me $4 extra because I shoot left-handed? Come on. It's just cutting out the other side. It's not worth $4.
Right.
It's like it's like the kid from the movie. You ever see that old John Cusack movie, Better Off Dead?
Yes.
And the paperboy, I want my $2. Come on, MBX, I want my $4 back. I haven't bought one, so I can't really complain. But
and don't forget to get the steel mag release while you're at it.
Yeah. I don't know. Do they sell those too?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, if they don't, they're idiots. I'm sure they do. I think I saw the package for Glocks, but I don't shoot Glockenspiels, so don't worry about that.
It could be a little bit of a issue. I don't know. Anyway, so they do make left-hand friendly Glock mags if you care. We got a couple of. I was looking on Apple and we got a couple of nice reviews. We've gotten some ratings. Please rate and review the podcast wherever you listen, because that certainly helps.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
One of them kind of made me laugh though, and it wasn't snarky, but it still just made me laugh. Well, I don't want to write a review. I want to read the reviews. Damn it. Yeah. He said, a good start, good host, and the sidekick has potential once he gets more comfortable. Very listenable, and thanks for not constantly clicking pistols. We're a shooting podcast. Aren't we supposed to?
Oh no.
I'm clickety-clacking a gun. I'm clickety-clacking a mechanic. I don't know. I'm dry firing it.
I was hoping we were going to make that a thing that we didn't clicky-clack guns.
I'm just going to do it a lot, and now I'm done. There. I think people get annoyed when it's just sort of in the background when people are talking, and you know, you're just sort of hearing the, you know, somebody's dicking around with it, and
Yeah, it is it's a nice little annoyance in the back that with those of us with severe ADHD are like, what's that clicking noise, motherfucker?
well, obviously it's a pistol. It's a shooting podcast. I remember, this is so dumb though. I was listening to the Meat Eater podcast one time, and they had an episode that they recorded in a tent, like in Alaska or Canada somewhere, and it was raining where they were hunting, and they couldn't hunt because they were socked in with fog. They literally couldn't see anything 10 feet from their tent, so they're just like, well, we're just going to sit in the tent and record a podcast. And you could hear the rain on the tent fabric.
Yep.
And people were bitching about it. Like, they sent in emails bitching about it before the next episode, and they were, oh, sorry for the noise in the tent or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is like natural sound in the environment where they are. They're literally outdoors hunting. It's raining. Like, come on.
Yeah, but it's not
It's like the birds that CBS pipes in during the Masters. Come on. It's just... It belongs. People are so sensitive, though.
Right. Well, if they were selling it as an ASMR, I'm sure they would have made a crap load of money off of the rain hitting the tent tarp. But people love perfection. They want the most perfect product that is ever perfected, and not realizing that, like, hey, sometimes you're just an idiot with a microphone strapped to your desk in your apartment, and you require constant reassurance that you're not screwing everything up.
Okay. Is there really much to say about USPSA this week? Not really. Anything's happened since we last recorded before the first of the year. It's now after the first of the year, so the new folks are in their offices. Yee Min-lin is president. Ben Berry's Area 6.
So
he got in. He's technically president. I say that like it might not be real. He's technically president. He is the president. He's in office. Ben Berry is Area 6 director now. There's no A3 yet. There's no Area 1 yet. Just sort of kind of in a holding pattern, waiting for something to happen. There was one little kind of weird thing, though, that happened this week was Steger did a video talking about, you know, the stuff, and all of I'm sitting there listening to it, and then all of a sudden he says my name, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, how did that happen? Okay. No, I am interested in running for Area 3 if the Scott situation doesn't get fixed. If Scott doesn't end up back in, then I am planning on running. If he gets back in, I don't want to run. I mean, obviously, there's nothing to run for. I'm not going to try to replace him when his term is up either. So, but
I won't. If you get elected, I won't continue the rebellion super hard.
Well, no, I'm. Here's the thing, though. Like, I'm still in favor of the rebellion.
Yay!
Which is why I'm pretty sure I won't be nominated to be the interim area director. I'm 100% in favor of that.
I'm not listening to him. I reject his reality and I substitute my own.
Whose?
Whoever it's going to be.
Oh.
Whoever that interim director is, I'm just going to say it out loud.
Yeah.
If you take that job, just quit the sport because no one likes you.
Well, but what if it's me?
It won't be.
It won't. No, it won't be.
Yeah, suddenly
there's not a chance in hell, I don't think.
Right, suddenly they're going to be not idiotic and go, let's give someone that's popular with them. No, there's like 3 people I have in mind that they might choose from, and if any of them do it, it's be like, just quit the sport. You're not going to be welcome anywhere, probably. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, hey, understand what a sacrificial governor is. So during the Roman Empire, sometimes when a rebellion or when a province was in rebellion, they'd put a guy in charge, and if he didn't get it handled, they would just kill him, and he was just sacrificial governor. So, like, I'm not threatening violence in any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying is that they might put you to be their sacrificial lamb. Like, hey, we tried to like restore order, and you guys were still dicks. We're still going to be dicks.
Mm-hmm. Still dicks. All right. Well, I had a thing I wanted to do this week called the top 3 dumb guns we want to buy.
Yes.
Because there's always something I want to get, but I don't have a logical explanation for why. I mean, I may have a reason why,
Yes.
but it won't ever be anything I need. Like, I couldn't even argue professionally it's something I need as an instructor. Like, no, I don't really need this. No.
Yep.
But it's just for whatever reason I want to buy it, and I know it's dumb, and I don't care. If I had unlimited up, down, left, right, BA select start money, like I would totally buy one of these guns. So
Yes.
we each made a list of 3. Jeff, what is your first gun on the list?
My first one, and I'm going to be a little bit of a dick about it, is for a shotgun, I want a Mossberg 590A1 so I can put a bayonet on it.
Why that?
Because I have a weird affinity to bayonets, and I figure getting a 12-pound shotgun that holds like 9+1 with a bayonet, just it says something to my soul that I can't justify, because it's a dumb gun. Pump action shotguns are a waste. Just no.
No, they're not.
I mean, okay. I don't need a shotgun because my self-defense, I live in a 400 square foot apartment. My door is 10 yards away from me. I can make that shot with a pistol. I have no need for a shotgun whatsoever in my life. But if you're like, go buy a shotgun, it's between that and a double barrel shot, like one of the Stoeger coach guns.
Yeah. The Stoeger coach gun almost made my list.
Right, because the part of you wants to just be because the dumb part of you wants to fire 2 barrels at one time and do it once and then be like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, that hurts.
Awful.
I've never done that, but my dad had, and he's like, don't do that. It hurts.
Yes. Well, and the other part is to go to multi-gun matches and just mock multi-gunners by using the worst shotgun for their sport possible and likely still finishing in the top 25% of their division.
With a double barrel or a pump gun?
The pump gun.
Oh, the pump gun, yeah. I've seen people run pump guns pretty quick. I mean, it's slightly slower shooting, but not if you're good at it, it's not as slow as you would think. But okay, well, and put a bayonet on it. I like it. All right.
Yes.
My first dumb gun is the one I actually sent you when you were bitching about your revolver.
Yep.
I saw that gun and I became enamored with it. It's like a tab still open on my phone, and I like looked at it I don't know how many times this week, and I was like short one. I'm like, God, what am I going to put on this list? A Smith & Wesson end frame Performance Center model 627, 8 rounds of 357 Magnum in a snub-nosed end frame revolver. It's a Performance Center. It's badass. I love this revolver.
It's so chunky.
It's a chunky little monkey revolver. It would be. It's like $1,200. It's not an inexpensive revolver, but just
how many cylinders would you put of 357 Magnum would you actually put through it?
Oh,
2.
I would always carry it with 357 though.
Right. Yeah.
If I carried it, it would be with 357. I would go through boxes and boxes of 38 Special. I do load 38 Special on my Dillon. So like I would here's the thing. In my head, I would shoot boxes and boxes and boxes of the stuff. In reality, I would only shoot it when my son goes with me to the range for a fun range day like we do like once a month or once every couple of weeks or so.
Yep.
And he would probably do most of the shooting with it. And it would be like this $1,200 dumb gun that I love. But, if it was one my wife knew about and knew what it actually cost and knew what I bought it for. Why did you buy that? Because it has 8 rounds in the cylinder. I can have 8 rounds in a carry revolver of 357 Magnum. That's awesome.
Right. And the hand surgery I need because of it, like that's besides the point.
For a bullet that's not doing any more damage than a 9mm.
Right.
But it's just awesome. And I understand it's dumb. Okay, Jeff, your second dumb gun you want to buy.
Well, I'm going to follow you down the revolver train
Okay.
because I'm going with a Smith & Wesson R8 357 8-shot revolver.
I have to Google this. R8. Okay.
It is a all black like scandium frame.
Oh, that's kind of snazzy looking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks great. And 8 shots of 357 Magnum, and it has a pick rail on the underbarrel and on the top.
Yeah. You can put a light out there. You can put your
and the
string
red
light.
dot.
Yeah.
Like, I could make this the most tactical 8-shot revolver that has ever existed.
Dude.
Because, like, how fucking stupid is it?
I don't honestly like this is way less stupid than mine. I mean,
Right,
it's
but,
like it's a what is it, a 4-inch barrel? Looks like.
Yeah, four
Yeah.
or five, something like that. But it's for, a $1,500 or almost $1,600 MSRP. Like, I could get a Tac Sport Orange in 9mm with a 29-round magazine.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I can have an 8-shot revolver with
Yeah.
a red dot and a light because America.
8-shot 357s give me wood. They just do. I don't know why.
And like the story behind it, from what I was told, was it was meant for the shield guys in SWAT units so that the slide wouldn't hit the shield. And I'm like that's the story they have behind it. But yes, 8-shot scandium framed 357 Magnum.
Yeah, MSRP of $1,569. I don't know. Is an end frame going to be big enough for your giant gorilla hands, or?
Well, that's the beauty of revolvers. You can get those things just custom made.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
That's true. Yeah. All right.
you just one screw.
My second dumb gun is actually a gun I have owned before, but just a different model of it. A Springfield Armory M1A SOCOM 16.
Oh God.
Now, I used to own an M1A loaded model, which meant it had the match barrel and the match sights. And aside from that, it was still just like a standard M1A, M14. And they get shit on historically because they're shit on.
The shortest life of a battle rifle
Yeah.
in American history.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was the wrong rifle for the time that it came out, and it was trying to replace a whole bunch of things, which is when you try to make
Never
something
works.
replace a whole bunch of stuff, it's not going to go well. I just always thought it was cool. It was the rifle my dad went to Vietnam with in the Marine Corps. It was an M14. So it sort of has like a sentimental place in my heart. The one I had before, they get shit on for, they're not as accurate as a AR-10 or whatever. Well, the one I had fucking shot lights out. It was great. It was fantastic. Even with just the iron sights, I still have the first target I shot with it, and I put 3 touching in the X-ring with iron sights at 100 yards. I was like, wow, this thing's really easy to shoot. Okay. And then when I was really relatively new to it. But here's why I want the SOCOM 16. I shit you not. I got hooked on the I can't remember what it's called, but it's like, I think it's called In the Dark. It's a mission on the campaign for Modern Warfare.
Yes.
The one that came out in 2019.
Yep.
And the guy's going around with an M14, a 16-inch M14 with a red dot and a suppressor on it, and he's just taking these guys out in the dark with night vision. And I was just like, because I had, when I had it before, I hated how long it was. It was just so ungangly to deal with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I used it hunting because it was the only deer proper caliber rifle I owned. It was so heavy, like with the scope mount and the scope on it. This thing weighed 14 pounds. It was just awful to carry around hunting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But this would be like, and actually there's a specific one I want. There's one, Palmetto State Armory always has like these camo versions. I don't want like the Highlander camo or the Cryptek one. Those are dumb. I want the dark. It's like jungle camo. It's like
Right.
Vietnam jungle dark
Right,
camo.
for all that jungle in South Dakota.
Yes. It's dumb. It's like so dumb, but
And you
I
got
want
your jungle camoed M14 SOCOM
Yeah.
in your orange vest and your orange hat. Like, I'm blending in, motherfuckers.
Well, hell, when my dad retired from the Air Guard in 2004, they were still wearing jungle camo BDUs in the Air Guard and Air
Yeah.
Force, I think. You know, I mean, like, GWAT was just kicking off, so they hadn't, like, done the mass migration to the Desert Tan uniforms yet.
Yep.
All across. So, but anyway, so that's my second one. Jeff, your number 3 dumb gun you want to buy.
My number. This was a hard one because there's like three. There's like 3 directions I wanted to go with it, but like the one that I could like actually buy like right now, but is completely idiotic, is a belt fed of some sort. I want to say like an MG3 or there's MG42 like parts kits, but like
Yeah.
something like that. But so like as a civilian buying a like semi-auto belt fed is like one of the most, what I've been told is one of the most lackluster things you can ever do, because you're like, oh, I have all this firepower. I'm literally holding the firepower in my support hand, and you're going bang,
Bang, bang, bang, bang, bang, bang, yeah.
And it's like, oh, this sucks. But like the reason I want it like elevates its dumb reason is because I want to mount it in the back of my truck as on a pendle mount, because I want a technical, because I met Ian from Forgotten Weapons and we had a long conversation about what truck would make the best technical, and we started talking about how to make like the technical Olympics, and I love that idea. And so now whenever there's a war in a not Western country, the first thing I want to know is, Toyota, how many trucks have you shipped there? And so yes, I want to mount a belt-fed semi-auto, because America, belt-fed machine gun on the back of my truck.
I think you win the dumb reasons.
Yes.
Maybe. Well, what is the truck for a technical? Toyota Tacoma? I would
Ford
think would
F-150.
have to be in the
Well, I don't
would have
fit
to be
in-
in the running.
I don't fit in Toyotas.
Well, are you thinking? I'm only thinking about shooting the machine gun out of the back. I'm not even thinking about driving it. Like,
Oh yeah, well there is that, but
That's-
of course it would have to be a Toyota Hilux, because the Toyota Hilux is the superior truck brand worldwide. But if I was going to make it in America, it would have to be a Ford F-150, because like 40% of all vehicles sold in America are Ford F-150s. So like that, yes, it would be extra dumb because it would be the only Ford F-150 with a pendle mount.
okay, my third dumb gun is one. I honestly I was having a really hard time coming up with a third one, and it's a gun I didn't even know existed until a week ago, and it's the 10 millimeter high point.
Yes.
I'm
Victory is
actually
mine.
just because it's, you know, when you're new to guns and it's like, well, I could get that 45 that only costs $195. I remember seeing high points on display when I was super new to it, like sitting there. It's like, oh, I could get that 45 and it's only $175 at this like little weird gun shop in Sioux Falls here. And I never did it. But
Right.
now I actually kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to guns, especially handguns, and I really want a 10 millimeter. But like, as I'm going to talk about later, there's a different gun. I haven't bought it yet. It's on order, and I'm picking it up this week. But like professionally, I need that one more than I need a 10 millimeter. I really want to buy a Glock 20, and I was actually holding one at a shop in town here this week, and I'm like, God
They are bricks.
damn it, I want to buy this thing, but I just can't justify it right now because there's other stuff I need to buy, and I don't have enough money for all of it right now. So the dumb gun I thought of buying was a 10 millimeter high point, because why not? I just want a 10 millimeter pistol, and for $200, I'm in the game. And then
Yes.
I can own a high point, and then I can actually say, hey, I own a high point, and here's how many rounds I shot before it shit the bed, and here's how, blah, blah, blah. And because there's not that many reviews on YouTube.
Well, and for $20 more, you can get 100 bill cover.
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
And for we after our show last time, we had talked about 10 millimeter, and I mentioned that there's a high point, and that's why I'm claiming victory, because he didn't know there was a high point. 10
I didn't even know.
millimeter.
Was this? I thought we mentioned this on the air last week.
I don't remember.
It was. I think it was on the air. I don't know, but I just know this. The other reason why I brought this gun up is because I wanted to bring up high point guns for the third week in a row for our first 3 episodes of the show. Because here's the thing: when you're recording a podcast, you don't remember what you said in the last episode. And I made the same anecdote about how I'd never had one GAC in a class, and so I'm just like, I'm gonna stick with the trend, you know.
Right. Well, and because we've actually recorded like a half a dozen episodes, but but some of them are practice episodes.
Yeah. And you don't always remember what you say.
Right.
When I was doing morning radio, that would happen all the time. Like a friend of mine would say, "Oh, that thing you guys were talking about the other day about the envelopes." I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, it was about envelopes and how I'm just pulling something out of thin air. I have no idea what any of this is, but I'm like, seriously, I don't remember what we talked about this morning. I don't. Yep. It just sort of happens, and then I move on with my day.
That's just how I go through life in general.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Okay. Are dot guns, or pardon me, are dots on carry guns a waste? Now, here's my. I don't mean dots on all carry guns. What I'm talking specifically about the gun I am picking up this week. I thought I was going to have a new gun celebration to do on the show for the first time, and don't yet. There wasn't one in stock anywhere in town, and I've got a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus coming that does not have the safety and has the optic plate. And the thing I want to know, and the reason I ordered it, is because I want to know if it's worth putting a dot on a subcompact carry gun. My untested theory, without having done it, is that I don't think it's worth putting a dot on them. I don't think so. I'm not going to make the conclusion yet because I've shot them in classes a little bit, but I haven't carried one. I haven't shot one a lot. I don't really have an informed opinion of it, but I'm getting one, and I'm going to put a Holosun 407K on the thing, and I'm going to carry it. I'm going to shoot it a bunch, and I'm going to see if I think it's worth it. Do you have one like that at all?
So, being a man of stature,
right. Of course, you don't carry a shield. The shield is not really an option for you.
No, it's not Jeff size. I carry a 5-inch M&P 2.0 with an SRO because America.
Right.
And
do you have a light on it too?
No, carrying lights is dumb. I'm just going to say it now. We can talk about it later, but carrying lights on your gun
we can expand
is dumb.
onto that later, but
right. But so I say this. I'm a carry optics masterclass shooter. Like I shoot dots all the time. I have 3 Shadow 2s with SROs. I carry a gun with an SRO. If you are the average shooter, do not put a red dot on your gun because you will not put in the time required to build an index, and the average shooting that you will be involved in will be so close for it that it will be basically worthless.
Yeah, it won't really be used at all. Right,
because the average shooting, I want to say it's Gibbons or one of the major tactical instructors has had something like 53 of his students in shootings since he started teaching 30 years ago or whatever, and the average distance of that shooting is within a car's length. He's had of those 50 shootings, 1 or 2 have been past 10 yards. Mm-hmm. So it's a statistical anomaly that you will be outside of 10 yards. You will be most shootings happen within 5 yards because that's how far someone has to be dealing with you.
Yeah.
If you're more than 5 yards away, get on your bike and ride. Just start running. And we can go into active shooter situation if you want, but statistically, the average person will not be in a shooting that requires a red dot and they will also not put in the time to train to be competent with that red dot. So I believe that the 300, 500, whatever dollar expense to add that red dot will not benefit you.
The average person. But okay, let's say for the sake of argument though, Jeff, that the average person does do that. Okay? That if someone who's going to carry like an M&P Shield Plus with a dot on it is actually going to put in enough time practicing where they actually have an index. Plus the other thing with these types of guns with the micro dots on them is, and I was on the Paracast last weekend. Thank you, Tom and Robert, for having me on and letting me plug our new podcast. And we were talking about that, how, you know, those dots sit so low on the gun that you can see the irons, you know, in the bottom of the window at minimum already without changing them out to anything that's co-witnessing.
Right.
And I'm like, what am I gaining over the irons?
So
assuming that, you know, anyone who does that is actually putting in the time to build an index.
The thing that so there's a positive and a negative. The positive is that you can essentially, like, as long as the bad guy is filling your, like, the frame of your reticle, like the circle of the SRO or the square of whatever sight you have on that gun, like, as long as all of the bad guy is in all of that sight, you have a high likelihood that whatever shot you take will be hitting that guy, especially if you have an index. Like, you can point shoot without it, like, with the dot not being there, because you're like, yep, I'm 90% sure that this dot is lined up with where I want it to be. He has filled the entire reticle. So, like, hey, if I shoot him once and it hits him, like, in the left lung, and then the next one hits him in the right lung, oh no, he's been shot in the lung twice. I don't really care that it wasn't pinpoint bullseye accuracy.
Right.
The negative, I will say, so a friend of mine, Lane Grease, he's a grandmaster, black belt, very high level shooter, very high level competitor. He runs a pistol combatives class, and I took it, and it's a, like, two guys attack you and you got to get your gun out. Well, and it's completely safe. We use our own guns, but he puts dummy rounds in with flags, and he's put things in the mag well, so there's no magazines can be inserted. Like, it's 100% safe. So don't freak out about that part. But because everyone gets so hurt about that. But I went to draw my gun. Well, my optic caught on my shirt. Mm-hmm. And so I got one round, and then I had to tap rack to, like, quote unquote, clear the malfunction. But, like, and I got told by a lot of people that, well, like, the internet will always be like, you're never going to catch your dot on your clothing, like, and it's like,
dude, I catch my firing hand thumb on my clothing.
Yes, exactly. Like, real people who do this a lot will tell you, you'll miss your grip, you'll miss the safety. I've watched grandmaster level shooters miss the safety on their guns.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
So don't tell.
And they're huge. And they're giant safeties, like, big enough you could rest your dick on it. Like, they're huge.
Right. In an index point, they've been practicing for years on an outside the waistband holster that nothing is in the way, and they'll still miss the safety, miss their grip. It just happens. And so yeah, it's like, regardless of, like, hey, you've built the skill, you've built the index, you put in the time at the range, putting in some rounds down it, there's still a likelihood that you will catch that. The optic represents one more snag point.
And it isn't just, and to your point, it isn't just, I mean, the back of most optics are sloped, you know, because you would think it would be the back of the optic that's going to get hung up. Well, yeah, it could be. It could also be the front of the optic after you get it up. If you didn't get your shirt far enough out of the way and you start coming forward and shirt grabs the front of the optic, and then all of a sudden it's yanking it back on you as you're trying to push it out.
Yeah. Or if you live in an environment that, I don't know, gets cold and you're wearing a shirt, a sweatshirt, and an overcoat, like, there's some layers that might get grabbed in there.
I don't carry a small gun when it's cold very often. I usually carry a big one because it's full-size gun carry season for me. I know that's year-round for you. You're huge.
Well, I put the 23 round mag in just because. Why not?
Why not? Because you're enormous. By the way, I after I was on with Robert and Tom last weekend, I mentioned he was talking about something you had said, and I had said that you were 6'9" or whatever, and I was like, I sent him a picture that you and a selfie I took with you last summer at Great Plains at the Barrel House, and I sent that to him. And I said, "You've met me. I'm 6 feet tall." And he goes, "Oh, holy shit! He really is 6'9". I'm like, "Yeah, no, he's like that wasn't hyperbole. Like Jeff is a large man."
Right. So yeah. So like to put in context, if you've watched Game of Thrones, I'm the same size as the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
I've not seen that, but that'll make a lot of sense to other people.
Yes, I'm slightly skinnier, and I have a mozzarella stick belly instead of a steroid belly.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Okay, so I'm really excited to get this gun and get the dot on it and see how I like it. And I'll report back on like what I find out, what I think of it, if I think it's worth it, if I think it's not worth it. It's just something I want to try out because I teach a lot of people who come to class with these things, and it is easier for them to like when they can see the irons in the bottom of the window, whether it's a full size gun or it's a little gun. It is easier for them to learn it. I still tell them, look, you got to learn to like just find the dot. Like, don't use your irons. It's just going to slow you down. But when you're learning the index, I think that is helpful. I would never tell anyone get the full co-witness. Like my Langdon tactical optic slide for my Beretta, I fucking hate the irons that are on that thing. Like I want to take the rear sight to a grinder and just grind the thing down and have it receracoated because it's just it's awful. It's so huge. You have to have an SRO to get it out of the way, and even then, it's still on the bottom of the window. And the front sight is a sail. It's just it just looks silly, but it fell out and I haven't put it back in. So. Anyway,
good man. Yeah, because like to put it into context for people who may not have experience with this, like the co-witness doesn't matter if you have an index. None of my competition guns even have their front sights anymore. Like I just removed them. Mine
do, but I just didn't remove them. Like I just didn't bother to take it off. They're still there. I can't see them when I'm shooting. They're not visible, and it's not for any aesthetic reason or anything, but okay, you brought up the lights on carry guns though. That was not something we planned on talking about, but we're already there. Let's go down that road. Right. Jeff thinks they're dumb. Why?
I've never seen a shooting. I watch every active self-protection video. I watch every shooting video I can watch. I've never seen a light be used in a shooting. Part of it because if you think about it, we live in a world that's always lit up a little bit, and you don't need a lot of light to like put the 3 dots in a line. Not that most people actually aim during a self-defense situation, but like in every shooting I've ever watched, the person is again about 10 yards or in from you, and you are well aware of them. They tend to be in your breathing space when you pull the gun. And it tends like you're either under a street light, you're next to a building, you're in a building, you're like, there's a light source everywhere. Like unless you are walking through the woods in the middle of nowhere, there's a light source. So should cops carry them? Yes. Should you carry them on your concealed carry? No, because why are you shooting at someone you can't see?
Well, that's why I need the light, Jeff, so I can light them up.
Right, but how are they that big of a threat and you can't see them?
Right. No, I get what you're saying. I agree with you, but for a different reason. Now, guns I carry into the woods have a light on them because it is darker than the inside of a cow sometimes out there, and there is no ambient light. And I found out with our night matches, we shoot a night match at my club once in the spring, once in the fall, and Jeff came to it last spring, and yes, it's super fun. We do the stages so they're a little easier to manage, not just so that they're easier for, new shooters as much as it is just easier for ROs to find everyone, you know, that no
Turn
one's
your
hiding
strobe
behind
off.
a wall. Right. And yeah, when you have a strobe light on your X300, if you, I don't have one. Do you just disable it or?
Mine was the TLR 1HL, and
Oh.
you have to click it like 10 times, and that turns it off apparently. But yes, like 2 of the 5 stages when I drew my gun, I had basically a strobing light. It was like, oh, this doesn't make it hard for them to see me. It makes it hard for me to see them. Fuck.
Yeah, I have one of those, but I don't even know how to make the strobe stay on. I only know how to like, if I like, because I'm left-handed, so I'm hitting the switch in the opposite direction. Were you hitting it with your thumb or with your finger?
I hit it with my trigger finger.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and if you lightly tap it, the second one is the strobe.
Right, but you have to hold it for it to stay on.
Yeah, no, you double tap and then push it all the way down, and it locks.
Oh, I haven't done that. Okay, I guess I was able to just, because mine is the opposite direction, so it's actually, I flick up to lock on. So
gotcha.
It's really hard to accidentally double tap it up or whatever. I just flick it and it's on and that's it. And
Yep.
So no, it is super fun. As far as like the concealed carry with the light, the reason I am not necessarily, I'm not against it. I don't think there's an issue with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But the reason I don't carry with a light is because it's one more thing. Like when I'm carrying it, I'm carrying a gun because, oh shit, I need a gun. Like it's a piece of emergency equipment. Okay. It's the same reason like one might carry a tourniquet around, not like a full bag of medical equipment on their back everywhere they go. Okay.
Right.
It's like the most basic thing I need. I do carry a flashlight in my pocket as well. But I use that flashlight alone as a flashlight way more than I need that gun. So that's why I carry my little USB Streamlight flashlight. It's the little guy. I love it. They're like $30. They're fantastic. Rechargeable. They're pretty bright, like 300 lumens. I love that little light. I got a couple of them because I thought I lost the first one and I ordered a second one. But
Been there, done that.
but like, and I carry a pocket knife. I don't have a big giant fixed Bowie knife. I have like a little 2 3/4 inch Kershaw because I might need to cut something open or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just because, look, this is where I go and where I live. I don't think I'm going to need the light. I do have a light on my gun in my bedside safe, but that's a different thing. You know, I'm not carrying that around with me all the time, every day. So,
it's bringing the tools to the threat you think you will engage, and a lot of people have this perception that they are John Wick going to fight 72 bad guys when it's like, nope, you're probably dealing with a methed out tweaker who wants your cash so he can go buy more meth. Like, you don't need a backpack AR-15 and a Bowie knife to accomplish this task. Like,
and I know how much you love the backpack AR-15s, Jeff.
oh my god, oh my god.
I still think they're cool. Like, I could add that to my list of dumb guns I want to buy. Is a backpack AR pistol
as a concept? Like, there's a part of the male brain that's like, I need to prepare for all the situations.
Yes.
And then I asked a cop one time. I was taking a rifle course, and I said, when you're training, when you show up to an active shooter, if you saw someone running with a rifle, what would you do? You go, I'd smoke him in 1 second. Like, immediately when I saw him, I would put 3 rounds in him, and because God had put me there to down him. And I was like, so backpack ARs aren't your favorite thing, I'm guessing. And he's like, huh, I didn't think about that. And I was like, good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're neat. You know, the way I think most guns of any kind are neat in one way or another. I think M16A2s are neat, you know, to get a full length 20-inch AR. I think that would be fun to own too. It's way down the list of things I'm ever going to buy, but you know, it would be fun, but like, no, for the same reason, like, it's just not.
Yeah, then you'd have to buy the bondage suit and you go shoot high power service rifle competitions and
Done it.
Oh, nice.
What do you think I did with my M1A? But
Hell yeah.
That was one of the things that turned me off about that sport, though, honestly, was it was so gear intensive. It
They
was
all are.
not about the USPSA is really not that gear intensive compared to other sports. I mean, it is. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but like I have friends that shoot long range like PRS matches.
Yep.
They're hanging steel on their rifle to make it heavier.
Jesus.
Like they're shooting 28-pound rifles. A friend of mine shot his antelope with a 28-pound 6mm Wildcat something or other. I don't know what the actual name of the cartridge was.
Right, because
It's not something you can
made up. Yeah.
It's not something you can buy off the shelf at Shields. It's just some 6mm cartridge, and his rifle weighs like 28 pounds, and the scope, like you can see Venus, in detail with these scopes. Like,
a friend of mine just got into precision 22 matches. The sleds that they use at 22 matches are $1,200.
yeah,
He just bought a 60 power scope, and he's like, the neighbor's house 200 yards away, he can see the individual lights on the Christmas tree.
yeah. No, I mean it. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't require skill. That's not what I'm saying. But what turned me off about high power matches was that the sling and that stupid bondage jacket like really mattered because they're so stable in that jacket, like they can't move. And this stupid, completely impractical piece of equipment was required if you were going to do well.
Yep.
And to me, I was like, I just wanted to test myself against other shooters. Like I actually shot the South Dakota State high power match, service rifle match. There were like 10 guys there.
Of course.
The state match had 10 people. Like we have more than that at my little club match in Canton,
Yep.
But I mean, there were things about that sport I liked, like just the basic raw marksmanship of it. I thought was cool. It was also the first shooting sport I really did, other than trap shooting as a kid, and I did it for a year and a half. That's why I bought the M1A, was because I didn't want to shoot like an AR. That just seemed it just seemed lame because I had shot M1 Garand matches, and those are fun. Now I kept thinking about putting an M1 Garand on my dumb guns I want to buy list, but that's not a dumb gun. That's just awesome.
No, everyone should own one, and I feel really dumb for not buying one when we were at nationals
at Talladega.
at Talladega. But I just didn't want to go. I didn't understand the
There's some hoops to
sure
jump through to
hassle.
buy one of them. Yeah,
and I'm just like, I just want an M1 Garand because I want ping, and I want to put a bayonet on it, and I want to put a cigar in the back of it because Bull
Randleman.
Bull Randleman. Like I want to do dumb things because M1 Garand. Like that's it.
Can I just drop a little fun fact and do a little name drop here?
Hell yeah.
I got to interview the guy who played Bull Randleman twice.
No
when
way.
I was doing radio. Yeah, Michael Cudlitz. He was a great dude. He was so good to talk to. Before he was actually doing really well as an actor, he would work on sets, just building sets. Like he was getting little teeny tiny parts. Like, he's an extra, or he'd get this little one-off part in a weekly series or something. And in the meantime, he was like building sets and stuff like that. Like he even had the Union card or whatever, and he was just such a fantastic guy to talk
That's
to.
awesome.
It was both interviews were for that show Southland. He was on. Do you remember that show?
It was a really good show. I
Great
didn't follow
show.
it as much as I wanted to, but like it was like every time someone's like, "What's the best police show?" Like it's at least in the top 3 of best police shows ever.
It was so good, and fucking Jay Leno ruined it when he decided to come back after he gave up the Tonight Show. Then they put him on at 9:00, and then NBC dumped it. It ended up coming back on TNT a year or so later, but it was it was such a great
anytime you
show.
move shows around, it never works.
No, I think they had 2 seasons on TNT. It was good.
Yeah.
It ended before it really finished, but yeah. Anyway,
It's better to die a hero than to live long enough to become the villain.
yeah. I mean, The Walking Dead certainly. Did you ever watch that show?
Oh yeah, I made it. I made it to like season 6 or 7.
Yep. That's when most people fell off. Yep.
Right, and somehow it made it to season like 13 or something.
10
with
11.
11 with two or three spinoffs.
And there's more spinoffs coming.
Right,
And actually, Fear was not bad. Fear the Walking Dead was not bad. And I'm not going to lie. I will be totally honest. The Walking Dead sort of coincided with my my interest in guns. Like when I got interested in them personally.
It hurt my soul.
What did?
When they were making headshots at 25 yards with
Oh,
J-frame revolvers.
Yeah,
And I'm just like,
yeah.
no, stop
No,
it.
it's so dumb. Like the only time Rick ever missed a headshot when he was shooting at the governor. You know.
Yep. Right, and with his 18-shot revolver.
No, it's only a 6-shot. The Python.
But I never saw him reload it.
Oh, I did once. I get what you're talking about, though. Yeah, that was, and the governor was shooting a Taurus Beretta,
Gotta love it.
a Taurus 92 or whatever. Yeah, they had some of the biggest gun gaffes in a TV show ever were in that show. Both involved the governor. One, there's a scene where he's shooting a National Guardsman at that base or whatever with a rifle that he took off one of the other guardsmen. It has no rear sight, no optic. He lines it up with the A2 front sight and drills this guy in the back from 100 yards or so.
Yep, I remember that one.
Just completely ridiculous. The other one was when he was shooting a Steyr AUG with his patched eye behind the scope. It's so great.
Dude,
It was a fun show. It was a fun show until about season 6, and then it started getting dumb.
Right, new segment. We'll just break apart shows and their gun fu attempts.
John Wick, the first 3 John Wick movies are on Netflix right now. I watched the first John Wick movie last weekend for the first time in I don't know how long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely get on that. I forgot how good the first John Wick was.
It's so
it's
does
so much better than the others.
Right, like its issues tend to be more storyline than like gun fu. By like the 3rd or 4th one, he's like holding a dude and like shooting at an angle that would like go through his own hand, but they're like, fuck it, whatever.
But like I'm okay with. I mean, it's literally like a kung fu movie with guns. You know, and there's even some of that in the original, but just
go watch Raid 2.
The thing that makes the first one so good is it's the only one of those movies that has heart. You know, like because they set it up like the rest of the movies are all running off the notion that you remember the first one where this Russian boss's kid beat him up, stole his car, and killed his dog that his dead wife left for him.
Yes.
And you forget that when you're watching 2 and 3, and I still haven't seen 4 yet.
Don't watch 4.
Is it that bad? Really? I have to watch it. I've seen the other 3. I have to.
I mean, watch it, but like, don't have high hopes.
I don't. I mean, I'm just hoping for a fun shoot 'em up. That's all. Like, it doesn't have to be great cinema.
Yeah,
you know.
No, I wasn't looking for great cinema, but the gun fu, like, it gets unrealistic for an unrealistic movie. I'm like, when you've fallen out of 2 buildings in a movie and you're still like, you know what I can do? Sprint and fight human beings. As a dude who teaches human beings to fight other human beings, I'm like, no, those are broken ribs.
Yes.
You can't breathe right now.
No, for sure. Speaking of other TV shows that have, I mean, it doesn't have a ton of gunplay, but like, I love it. Reacher. If you're not watching Reacher, you are missing out.
I'm waiting for the 2nd season to get every episode out so I can just binge it in one
You
sitting.
have so much more patience because they're basically drug dealers with shows like that now. They give you the first 3, so you get to actually binge the first 3 episodes, and then boom, I gotta wait a week for episode 4. Now I gotta wait another week for episode 5. And Amazon can't even keep straight what day that fucking show is supposed to come out because it says new every Thursday. Well, it didn't come out a Thursday a couple weeks ago, and I Google it, and like the release schedule was actually like the Friday before New Year's. Like, it says Thursday. Today is Thursday. Why is it not out? God damn it. Like, just put the thing out on Thursday. Why does it have to wait till Friday? I don't understand.
Because this HK once said, fuck you, we don't care about you.
But that show is so good. It's so good. The books by Lee Child are so good.
I've never read the books. The movies were decent, but the first season was great. other than like one fight scene, which made my heart hurt. But like,
which one?
When he's getting beat up by the little meth head that's like 100 pounds less than him, and when he falls into the pool.
Oh yeah, like in the last episode.
Yeah,
like the end of the show. Yeah,
it's like second to last episode or something like that. And it's like, I had an incident at my gym where I ended up rolling with a dude who was about 100 and something pounds lighter than me, and I was just manhandling him for fun. Like, it wasn't even a challenge. So like, I'm watching that and going, bro, you weigh at least 260. Like, stop even playing like this dude is giving you a challenge.
But as James Cameron once said, you know why Jack dies in the water on Titanic? Because the script says he dies in the water on Titanic. That's why.
That's accurate.
Yeah. So, anyway.
On
that note, thank you for listening, downloading, subscribing. Leave us a review. Share it with your friends. We really appreciate it. Got a lot of great feedback. We had a bunch of listeners. I want to say thanks to Tom and Robert again on the Paracast, because we had a huge jump in people listening after they let me plug the show on their show. So thank you to those guys again. We will do it again next week. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.